Middlesex fought back well on the second day of another weather-affected day of their latest and very important LV County Championship clash with Yorkshire at Lords. Day one had certainly belonged to the visitors and to their young opener Alex Lees, who, alas for him, was out to the very first ball of the second morning as he edged James Harris behind to fall for his overnight score of exactly 100. Then in the morning's second over, Joe Sayers was legged before to Tim Murtagh for a single, as Yorkshire quickly slipped from their overnight 215 for 2 to 220 for 4. And it would have been worse for them had Rashid been held low down in the slips in Murtagh's next over. Middlesex now had the second new ball in their hands, and the other good news for them was that Harris's side problem, which had seen him leave the field on the first day midway through his fifth over, had bettered itself. He was out of the attack now, leaving it to Murtagh and Corey Collymore to keep their side in the ascendancy. But they weren't the only ones this season to find Rashid in wonderful nick. His straight drives emphasising what kind of form he's in right now, as he and his captain Andrew Gale started to restore the balance. Rashid had hit 3 tons in his last 4 matches, and he now added yet another half-century to that. He'd required 72 balls to get there on this occasion, this being his 9th 4 as he and his captain took their side beyond 300 in the 97th over. Gale had resumed his innings on 61, and he patiently made it to his second 100 in successive innings, getting there with his 9th 4 from his 218th delivery. Having waited for 2 years for a first-class ton, Gale had now struck 2 in a week. He'd also put his side back on top here against his team's title-chasing rivals by adding 109 runs in 24 overs with Rashid. But Gale was out moments after his celebrations, legged before to Ollie Rayner's arm ball to depart for 103 at 329 for 5. And that wicket, which came shortly before lunch, began Middlesex's real fight back. In spite of shots like these, Rashid was unable to earn his side a 4th batting bonus point. Indeed, in the final over in which points could be scored, Middlesex instead grabbed 2 wickets. On 72, with 7 needed for the 350, Rashid was LBW as he tried to whip Harris to the onside. And then 5 balls later, Harris was given the benefit of the doubt as Rich Pyra edged to Sam Robson, the batsman convinced that it had in fact been a bump ball. There was less doubt about the next wicket as Andrew Hodd got a leading edge to give Murtagh his 37th championship wicket of the season, leaving him just 1 off the top of the wicket-taking charts. Liam Plunkett and Ryan Sidebottom then frustrated the home attack for the next 10 overs before Rayner found some turn to have the latter stump for 9. And the innings was finished off by the tall spinner who had Plunkett LBW for 26. Yorkshire were all out before tea for 390 after losing their last 6 wickets for 61 runs. Stephen Patterson then thought he'd remove the country's leading run scorer Chris Rogers very early. The decision, however, went against the bowler. Patterson was more successful in his next over as he caught the edge of Robson's bat, allowing Adam Lyth to complete the catch in the slips. That's 17 catches for Lyth this summer, putting him ahead of all the other outfielders except Varun Chopra, who has the same. Bad light then forced the players off the field with Middlesex on 16 for 1, and they didn't get back on. They will both hope that the weather improves for the 3rd day, which will begin with the home side trailing by 374 runs with 9 wickets remaining in their first innings.